Hey, what is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the My Stock Journey channel. So, what is the market doing? Crazy, 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 crazy. Up, down, all around. Just doing all types of stuff. Honestly, at this point, all I can do is kind of sit back and watch. About 4 or 5 days ago, I did make some buys, and that's pretty much what this video is about. But these were not any buys that I made recently. They're about, like I said, at the very beginning of the week. I think Monday, could have been Friday. I'm not 100% sure. But I did want to make sure I told you guys about them. Just gave you a quick little update on what I did with my portfolio. But with that being said, all these buys that I did, like I said, were that long ago. And I'm honestly, just for the next couple of days at least, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm probably just going to sit out on all this stuff. It's just so crazy and it's all over the place. People are kind of excited, kind of nervous. And so with that being said, I really low-key just don't want to be a part of it. I do have some crazy calls going on right now that I will be going over, some big money calls. And I know I talked about taking smaller gains, but this is one that I absolutely am very, very, very confident in. And so with that being said, come about Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to update you guys on how that goes. But with that said, I did want to go over quickly a little, just a quick little update on what stocks I've been buying. I spent over somewhere around $2,000 only on 2 different stocks. And so, yeah, let's get right into it. First up, we have Store Capital. If you have been kind of following this channel and if you have checked it out, we had about 170 shares of Store Capital. I had 150 around for around 3 or 4 weeks. Then I ended up buying 20 more shares about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Then after that, I actually did go ahead and buy another 30 shares. Now, unfortunately, I bought these at the peak of the rally. I think it was, I don't remember what day it was that the rally shot up a whole bunch, but whatever that day was, it was that day that I bought them. So I did buy them a little bit more than I could have, but honestly, I don't really care. Like, Store Capital is one that I'm holding for a really, really long time. If you are new to the channel and you don't really necessarily know exactly anything about Store Capital, I will briefly go over it. So, Store Capital is a real estate investment trust, or a REIT. If you're new to the channel, you'll eventually find out that I'm very, very, very into REITs. I love real estate investment trusts. I just like the diversification that they show, and I think that the overall business model is just a good idea. But with that being said, they are a REIT that focuses on service-based assets such as movie theaters, fitness centers, restaurants, and businesses like those that can't easily be replaced by technology. The only one that I kind of see being somewhat replaced by technology is like movie theaters. I feel like people are starting to go towards the downloading and stuff like that. But other than that, you can't just press a button and grow your biceps as much as we wish we could. But they focus on things that can last a long time, and they focus on longevity. And so with that being said, it's a very, very strong buy for me. They have a really good dividend yield. They have a small payout ratio. Their PE ratios are honestly not bad as well. And so with all that being said, it's a very strong buy for me. They're backed by some very strong companies. I know Berkshire Hathaway is also backing them. So with that being said, I see very, very, very good potential in the company. They faced a lot of downside whenever all this happened. They lost a lot, but they have slowly regained it. I think we're sitting about, Store Capital's recovered about 50% of the losses it took during this whole pandemic. And so with that being said, there is still room to grow, but it is closing very fast. And so with that being said, that is why I went ahead and bought some more shares. I bought 30 more shares at around $750 or so. It, like I said, it was a bit higher than I could have. I could have waited a few more days and caught them at a lower price. But these $1, $2, maybe even $3 differences in the long run really won't make that big of a difference. I expect this stock to see $60, $70, $80 in a couple years. And so with that being said, it's really not that big a deal to me. It puts my average cost at $18.02. The stock itself is at $23.55. So that's about 200 shares, $5 each. A little over $5.50 each per gain. So that's sitting at a $1,105 total return from Store Capital. Like I said, I'm very, very excited about it. It makes up a big part of my portfolio. And so I probably will relax on Store Capital a little bit, let my other stocks and let my other assets in my portfolio build a little bit more of a piece of the pie in my portfolio. And yeah, so like I said, I bought 30 more shares of Store Capital at $770. So the next stock, the big one, I spent $1,372 on this stock. I bought 39 more shares of Main Street Capital. Main Street Capital is a very, very, very strong buy in my opinion. Like I said, in all these videos, I'm not telling anyone to go buy these. I'm just giving my opinion on stuff. But with that being said, in my opinion, for me, it is a very, very, very strong buy. Main Street Capital, in brief, is a business building company. It takes like smaller companies, you know, just companies on the come up, and they give them loans, and through those loans they build interest. They get about 11% interest from their portfolio every year in the loans they give. So that's very, very strong. But, you know, after that, you know, you can do a little bit more of your own research. They have some very in-depth details that they go in. But, you know, just in brief, a lot of their money comes from loans. And also, since they own some of these companies, they buy pieces and get equity in these companies. They also get paid out in dividends. And so that is another piece of their own, you know, income, profits, and, you know, stuff like that. And so with that being said, it is a very, very strong buy right now, because I genuinely don't believe this stock is going to stay low for long. You know, whenever all this happened, I will double check here because I don't want to give you guys the wrong numbers. But whenever they had the 52-week high, it was right before this big pandemic happened. It was sitting at $45.10 and dropped all the way down to $14.11, which is mind-blowing. I wish I'd have came across Main Street Capital at that point. But sadly, I didn't, and it's totally okay. They're sitting at a 7.29% dividend yield, which is also amazing. You know, I don't like to chase high dividend yields, but I feel like in times like these, a lot of companies that are going to maintain their dividend, not cut it, not drop it at all, their dividend yield is going to go up because the value of their stock has went down, but they're maintaining that same price. And so with that being said, I feel like a 7.29% dividend yield is definitely really amazing. You know, the current price is at $33.13, so they've almost recovered $20 per share, and are sitting only about $10 under their 52-week high. So I really feel like they're going to regain that ground. It's going to hit that high again and honestly bypass it. Over the last 5 years, it's grown. It hasn't been very exponential growth, but it's been very slow and consistent growth, and I honestly am a big fan of that. And you know, altogether, just a very strong stock. I feel like, especially after this, they're going to see a lot of growth. I feel like a lot of small companies are going to come out of this. You know, they're going to start at the end of this because there's going to be a lot of need, and there's going to be a lot of need for service, in my opinion. And people are going to start to value the possibilities and opportunities in life. And so I think small businesses are going to be made and stuff like that. And with that being said, you know, Main Street Capital should benefit from that directly because, like I said, they loan out money to these smaller businesses and help build them up. And so with that being said, I do believe Main Street Capital is a strong buy. I bought 39 more shares, which puts me at 100 shares, which is something I love seeing. I love seeing those numbers. And also on Store Capital, I forgot to mention, that puts me at 200 shares. So total, I own 200 shares of that, 100 shares of Main Street Capital. So that's 300 total shares and the top two biggest pieces of my portfolio. So with that being said, I did want to just give you guys a quick update. I didn't want to go into too far into detail about anything. You know, this market is crazy right now, and there's really not much to talk about. That makes a lot of sense because honestly what's going on right now is just all over the place. It doesn't make much sense to me. I'm not sure why the market rallied so far. I know it came down a little bit with a lot of worry from the coronavirus and everything, which makes sense. It makes sense why it would come down, but the bull run, the freaking rally we've been seeing is just, I can't wrap my mind around it. So I didn't really even want to attempt to try to make a video about it. I figure there's a lot of guys out there who can probably explain what's going on a little bit better than I can. And so, you know, with that said, I just wanted to let you know the moves I've made, the things I'm doing. Like I said, I actually have $1,000 in calls coming up right now. And I'm telling you, I deep down in my heart believe that this is probably going to be one of those decisions I made that took me some time, and I thought about. And I went for it and I made it, and I'm very, very confident. I'm okay with losing the money if I do it. You know, I'll go more detail about why I am, but I'm very confident in it. With that being said, I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope everything is going well with you and yours. I know the stock market is going crazy, so I hope you're not stressing out too much. At the end of the day, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, whenever it's time for you to retire, I personally believe that no matter what, your portfolio will grow if you do your due diligence, you do the right things, you know what I mean? You make sure you're investing in the right companies you trust, and I feel like anyone can grow, anyone can see profits, and anyone can find success in the stock market. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, definitely let me know by dropping a like. Comment any future suggestions for videos, some feedback, anything you'd like to say. I communicate with everyone down there. I reply to every single comment on the hour that you posted. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.